Hi, Stitchy friends. Nice to see you again. Welcome in. You found Stitching Bunny's Flosstube video number 8. And today is Monday, June 26th. Um, and this is going to be quite a different video. As you can tell, we have red to blank walls. Instead of progressing with my videos, I am now taking several steps back to the beginning, and we are sitting in front of blank walls, and the room is echoing because it's pretty empty. My furniture is all still in here, but everything else has been removed. It's a gloomy day, so I have the window open, and I'm not sure how the light's going to keep changing on us here. It's really gray. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. As most of you know, I think I'm in the middle of a move after being in this home for 20 years. My husband and I have decided to downsize. Just saying that makes me tired. I'm sorry. We've been at this for a couple of weeks now, trying to pack up this house. We still have 2 weeks to go. We'll be moving 2 weeks, actually 2 weeks from today. The moves will be here. So let me stop and say this right now, that most likely, unless I can get a short video in the weekend before, depending on how situated we are, how ready we are, I will try to get a video in. Otherwise, the video is going to be at my new house sometime after Monday, July 10th, if I can find anything to show you. That's the problem with today's video. I have a new start that I can show you. I did leave that out because I have to have my stitching with me. It's not getting packed. In fact, this is going with me in my car following the moving trucks because I have to have my stitching. So I have this to show you. I have a little bit of newly acquired goodies that have come in the last 2 weeks. And then we have a special edition of Let's Look at Judy's Old Whips. This was quite an adventure cleaning out this room. This room itself took me over a week to go through everything because everything needs to be sorted. We're supposed to be downsizing. Good luck with that. It's been an eye-opener, to say the least. We said we were doing this because we didn't want to leave all of this to a family that's all out of state that would have to take care of this mess once Rob and I are gone or incapacitated or whatever. So we're selling the house and moving into another home because we have our doggies, and I need my quilt studio and I need my stitching room. So an apartment just wasn't going to do it, especially with the 2 labs. So we're renting a home though. So we're removing all this burden of needing to replace appliances, all the upkeep on the house, the grass, the snow, something always going on. Things need to be updated in the house here that we just don't want to do. And so long story short, we're going to be moving. And in the process of cleaning out this room, you thought you saw all my whips and things that I've had laying around. And, our first several Flosstube videos were all of those goodies. And you thought that I had pretty much shown you everything. Well, get a cup of coffee, ladies. Put your feet up because we're at it again. And these are whips that are pretty much older than dirt. I knew, some things I have found I had no idea that I had even started. Other things I found that I remember starting but had no idea how close I was to finishing them, and why I put them away, I don't know. But you know how that goes, squirrels. And so I have a few of those, and I think that'll be enjoyable because we had to cut this segment with off the wall today because literally everything is off the walls and packed. So we'll pick that up at the new house in one of the future videos, but we will go back to off the wall. Just can't do it today. I could show you the empty walls where things were hanging. You can kind of see some of the marks where, the things were, but I wasn't going to unpack anything. So we don't have that to do today. But other than that, it's going to be a pretty normal well, for me, normal video. So why don't we just jump into it, and I'll be quiet about the move, and we'll talk cross-stitching, which is what you're all here for. And I'm very glad you're here. Thanks for joining me and listening to my woes. My poor husband is also on the road, making a trip to the house again. We make at least one trip every day to the house to take things over there, to kind of cut down on what the movers have to do, and just all of my charts and that type of thing. I don't want them having to move all of that. So that's what's going over to the new house. So he's on a run. If you hear the dogs start barking later, I've left my room open, the door open, because I didn't want to lock the doggies out. But if they start barking, it means Daddy's home. So we'll try to keep that to a minimum. Okay, cross stitch. Let's do cross stitch. I want to show you my new start. First of all, this will give you an idea of what it is. It's my birthday stitching bag because tomorrow's my birthday and I've started my birthday stitch for 2023. And I've got my little matching little glimmer here today that came with the chart. Actually, this is a stitch along. Put my bag down. This was a stitch along that started June 1st for everybody. And I think this was the Hobby House exclusive. Whilst Iris Naps, Mary Gibson, 1828. Let me see what we can do here about the glare. Yeah, that's a pretty good picture of it. This is the one I told you is just, she's a big girl. She is, of course, it's not going to say on here. I guess I didn't write it down. It's probably in my book of days. But anyway, she is a big girl. I'm stitching her on 40 count. I am just such a mess. I'm sorry. I'm so disorganized today. 40 count Thornfield linen by Needle and Flax. It's a beautiful fabric. Wait till you see this. And I just have a very minimal start because usually by the evening when I sit down to stitch, I can barely move my arms or my fingers. So it's not a large start, but it is a start. I couldn't wait any longer. So that's her. She's got my favorite angels, 2 red houses, the beautiful berry bowls. Oh, everything you want in a sampler. Birds, flowers, just gorgeous. And she's going to make this birthday very special. This is birthday 72 for me. So, okay, that's the chart. These are, I'll show you the floss with this. My board is also packed, ladies, so if you bear with me, and obviously I didn't iron anything, but here we go. This is my very, very minimal start. And the Queen's on there for us because it's a North, I think she is in the UK. I'm not sure. Now, see, I shouldn't have said that. Maybe she's not. She might be in Wales or something. I'm not quite sure where the designer is. But I know it certainly isn't in the States here. So that's my start. I'm doing this in DMCs that are called for on the chart. So far, I don't think I'm going to have to change anything. The linen is being washed out really bad in this light, in this kind of gloomy daylight. But it's beautifully modeled, and I know many of you know the Thornfield linen, have used Needle and Flax. So that's the beautiful colors. I am loving this, and I wish that when I sit down with her that I had kind of more get up and go to work on her. But just getting her started makes me feel better because I really didn't think I'd get around to being able to start it for my birthday. I didn't want to start with the stitch along because the first of the month was a little bit, too early for me. And that was right in the massive part of the, oh my God, we're moving. What do we do first kind of situation. So it wasn't a good time for me to start it. So she has started now. I got a little bit started. I'm going to work. I tried, there's maybe 1 or 2 nights this past week or so I haven't worked on her, but she's going to get her time in. She'll get her due when we get into the new house. I have a pile of things here, ladies. Trying not not to drop on the floor. So that's all I've been working on, really. I did finish my Colorado Cross Stitch Summer Camp 2023 first month, the June, stitching something with a bird in it. I did the with eye needle and thread. The robins are back, and it turned out so cute. These little fat robins. So I have that. I can't remember if I showed it. I don't think I showed it the last time. Anyway, that was finished, and I finished my mom's sampler for tomorrow, and my mom's 100th birthday tomorrow would have been. And I did finish her sampler. I charted her name, and I got the dates in there exactly how I wanted it, and I'm so pleased how it turned out. Unfortunately, Mom, I'm sorry I didn't get it framed, finished. But again, that's something, when I get in the new house and I can actually take the time to concentrate on doing it and doing it right, it'll be up on my wall in my new house. So that's for you. So those are the two finishes. And again, I'm sorry, they're packed. I didn't know where else to put them, so they went in with a box of my linens that have gone over to the new house. So those are gone. But you'll see when I finally finish them, I'll show them. And I also have my one picked out for July that is stitching something that grows, I think is the way it was stated. So that one I'm doing a scattered seed sampler, a little pin keep. And it's the one with the bird on, I think he has a strawberry, he's holding a strawberry in his mouth, and there's a little bird. And it's still, you can see the strawberry vine. I'm pretty sure that's why I decided that was something that grew. So that's going to be my July start. And I'll be able to get to that, I hope. That is in my bag, too. I left that here, I think. Who knows? I think it's in here somewhere, but I might be able to get a start on that one because that's a tiny little one. So let's do some newly acquired stash, newly acquired goodies. That's what we like to say, newly acquired goodies. These are something I found online. I don't remember if this was an Etsy shop or who pointed me to these, but I saw these two and they were just calling my name. I'm going to have a lot of blank walls in the new house to fill between my sewing room, which is the front half of the house, and down underneath on the lower level, the same front of the house, big windows, is going to be my quilt studio. So I've got the two biggest rooms in the house pretty much to myself. My husband's such a doll. So first of all, okay, no more house talk. This is the first one. And it's a little bird on a spool of thread. Not sure how this is pronounced. And I'm pretty sure if it wasn't a Etsy shop, that it might have been on, somebody's kind of like stash on, or the ladies that have businesses that sell charts. It might have been on one of those ladies' posts on Facebook too. I'm sorry, I just don't remember. So that's the little bird. And this is the same company. And oh my God, look at this. It is Stitching Bunny. I think they designed this for me. That blue, that country blue is probably my favorite color. I don't have to change a thing on this, other than maybe I'll put a pair of readers or stitching glasses on the bunny. I'm not sure, but it's perfect the way it is. So that's those two, and again, it's the same designer. Okay, so you can see that if you want to take a screenshot of that. Okay, stack these. This one I think I placed an order from Kitten Stitcher, I think. Anyway, this is Freebirds. Sweet Wings Studio, Freebirds. Isn't that cute? I have found that I don't have very much patriotic stuff, and I truly do enjoy the patriotic stuff. I'm not a summer girl. I've said that over and over. I count the days through summer that's going to get me into late September and early October when I can put my sweatshirts back on. So summer is not my favorite time. But I do enjoy decorating, and I am hopefully, I feel I'm a very patriotic person. So I thought these were just precious. All the little birds holding their flags. That's that one. Where's my pile? Oh, there. Okay, and then of course, you know, Plum Street, they do it to me every time. And a couple of these, I think, oh well, anyway. I'm sorry. I am so scattered right now, just looking at things that I know I have to pack. I'm trying to not do that. Spring Moon by Plum Street. Just precious. Again, my blue's in there. I really like that one. I know you ladies have probably seen these 500 times because they're all over Instagram, Facebook. All the shops have them, shown as new items. So, another Plum Street Freedom Pin Roll, keeping with my I'm going to decorate for 4th of July. Great eagle in this one. And it rolls up like sushi, I understand. This one is just great. This started it all for me, and took me down the Plum Street rabbit hole. Christmas in July. I'm trying to get the glare off here for you, ladies. I said, I know you've probably have seen these hundreds of times already in the last couple of weeks, but just in case. I don't want to be an enabler, but hey, somebody's got to do it. Then I don't feel so guilty. And this is Summer Moon. And I also got Baby Moon. I think it's Baby Moon or Little Moon. I don't know. But that was a kit. And I think I got that at Country Sampler. So that again was, unfortunately I didn't think about leaving that out. And got put away at Summer Moon. And let me stop right there while we're talking about spring green. I have one or two more things to show you here. But I live down the road from spring green. And even with the move and all the craziness that's been going on in the house here and working every day in here with my husband, it's pretty much up to us. My best friend Val has been here twice and has helped us tremendously. But she has a life too, the poor thing. So, Rob and I have pretty much been, 24/7, either working on this, talking about it, whatever. But he made me promise last Saturday that I would take time off and go out to Spring Green so that I could fangirl, because Spring Green had their summer, whatever they call it, soiree, summer, whatever. And it's 120 ladies, that are converging on Country Sampler for the weekend. And with the very best designers. Blackbird was there. Who else? I'm getting them confused now because there were a couple of things going on last weekend. StitchCon was last weekend, and there was another one. Anyway, it was just wonderful. I don't try not to go to that shop very often, because anybody who's been there, seen pictures from there, what. Oh my goodness. And I kept telling myself, Judy, you're just going to have more things to move. But I couldn't resist several of the things, and I really went because I was hoping to bump into a couple of the ladies that do Flosstubes, or what, people that I've seen on Facebook, on Instagram, but have never met, or on Flosstube. So I thought, okay, this is my biggest opportunity. It's down the road from me. How can I resist? I'll just happen to go and shop around lunchtime when the ladies should be breaking from their class and coming into the shop. So that's what I did. And I was really hee-hawing about it, and I don't know if I should go. And Rob said, I'm taking you. So, okay, my husband decided to take me, go with me. And I worked for Jeannie many years back. So I know her well. My husband helped her several times with a lot of the shows that she did. He drove, her truck and stuff for her. Anyway, so we know Jeannie real well. And I don't see her very often. Usually when I'm in the shop, Jeannie's not there. So it was nice to run into her for no other reason, just to catch up and see her. And she's doing great. She was, looking great, and her very, friendly, always, kind self. But she was running ragged too because she was in the shop while these ladies were pouring in one after another. And there were a total of like 120 ladies, I guess, at the class, which was down like a block and a half. Well, it was a little further down than that, but there's a restaurant in Spring Green that it's a very big place, has a banquet hall, and I guess that's where she holds the actual classes because 120 ladies, and it's a very tiny shop. Well, I didn't really, I wasn't sure if any of the ladies I was looking for were going to be there or not, but I was just having a blast at that point, just shopping. And for a while, Rob was following me around, but then it really started getting crowded. And he said, Jude, I'm going to go stand outside because, the ladies need room to shop. So he went and sat in the little park that's right next to the store. While he was doing that, I got fangirled, and I was just flabbergasted. Trust me, this has never happened to me before, and I wasn't quite sure how to handle it. But there were some ladies that first, came up to me, or actually, I was talking to my husband before he left, and somebody turned around and looked at me and said, "Aren't you Stitching Bunny? I recognize your voice." And so that started, and I'm just, yeah, do you really watch this? Very nice lady. So we talked for a little while, and at that point, my husband just, was giggling, and he left. And a couple more, ladies came and introduced themselves. They recognized me, and just as I was about to leave the store, a group of ladies stopped me and said, "Oh my God, you're Stitching Bunny!" And it was a lady that had come from Australia. I believe she was visiting her friend here, but she also came because of, the gathering at Country Sampler that particular weekend. And she wanted a photo with me. Oh my God. Oh my God. I was like, oh, stardom. It's not easy. You have to stay humble, but it's not easy. It was so much fun. So it wound up that we had a photo taken together, and then some other ladies came and said, "Oh, I want a photo." So we were doing that. And I walked out. Oh, we're done. We talked for a while, and just the sweetest ladies. And I walked out of the store because I still wanted to go back around to the other part of the store, and her classroom in the back. That's a separate building, and there was a trunk show and stuff out there. So I was heading that way to shop there. And I wanted to drop off the bag I had with Rob since he was sitting on the bench there. And I walked over to him and I went, "Honey, I got girlfriend. I got pictures taken with you." And he was just, his smile was like, probably broader than mine. But it was wonderful. I just wish that I had been able to see more ladies. I couldn't go and crash the classes over in the other building. That just would have been totally rude. But, just per chance, I thought maybe somebody might wander in. And I'm hoping so very much to be able to do that retreat next year. To me, it's the ideal thing. It's no airfare. It's no hotel room. It's strictly, the cost for the classes and being with about 120 ladies. And oh, I want so badly to go. So when Stitching Bunny Bags reopens, hopefully sometime, maybe in August, my Stitching Bunny Bags money is going to go into savings for that retreat because I can't think of anything I would rather do. And it always falls right around my birthday. It's like my birthday present to me and Stitchy Bunny Bags present to me. So that's what I want to do. Anyway, okay. So we went through Spring Green. Let me show you these two other new goodies that I got because these are perfect. I got this because it's going to be stitched and above the doorway in my stitching room. My stitching nest. Is that perfect? Isn't that great? And it's by Blue Ribbon Designs. I think this one, I think I bought this off of Stash Unloading site. I don't think this is new. I don't see a date on here. Oh, it isn't new. It's 2005. But, Screams Judy came to me at the right time, girls. And this other one I've been saving. This was the special delivery that came. British Mail. This is Northumberland Sampler House. Northumberland Sampler House, yes. And she is doing a stitch along starting September 1st, my time of year. And it's a Christmas sampler stitch along. Oh my God. She could have just, said, here, Judy, this is for you. And, automatically just sent it to me because, And then the cutest thing in the world is I'll show you this first. Do not open until September 1st, 2023. I haven't yet, but I'm not guaranteeing anything that's gonna last. This is Elizabeth Lincoln, 1815, and it is a reproduction antique. And the reason that she is calling this her Christmas sampler is because of the colors, and also because of the two reindeer down there that have red noses. And they really do have red noses. Isn't that lovely? I don't believe that this is sold out. I have not been on Facebook and Instagram the last couple of weeks very much, especially this past week. So I can't say, but I think it is still available. So that's the chart. I don't have the floss for it. I am going to show you this too. This is a Northumberland Sampler House. This is her card. If you want to screenshot that, I think you should be able to see that. Is that clear enough? And I have purchased from her many times before. She also is dyeing her own linen. So this is, she has, let's see, 40 count linen. It's biscuit is the color. So this is the linen. And this is, it's washing out. It's really a beautiful tan. I'm not going to be able to get the color right for you. And she even has Christmas ribbon on it. And then the piece de resistance is we have the pippery that matches. So it's a picture, of the sampler. It's a reindeer, a Christmas tree, right up my alley. So we have the bling also that will go on my project bag when September 1st. And by that time, my house is going to be together. I'm going to be able to sit and stitch. No problem. Oh, we'll see. Now, you mark my words and see, if that's the situation I'm in September 1st. But I would highly recommend checking out her website, or her, I think she's, let me see. I should read her card. Let me see what that says. I'm kind of thinking she has her own website, but I'm not sure now. Or if it was an Etsy shop. I probably should have looked before I did that. I don't see it now. Oh well. I'm sorry. Oh, it was next to my camera. Etsy. And her Etsy shop is North Sampler House. It's just North Sampler House, not the whole word, not the whole name. But things are beautiful. She has lovely, lovely samplers. Her linen is gorgeous. She has a lot of neat things. Floss tags that match all of the little charms, the thread drops, and it's just a fun site. So check her out. Okay, so that was my newly acquired goodies, at least the ones that I left out and was able to show you. So I guess we should move on to this pile I have next to me of what I found. It's the only way to put it. Whips that I found. This is like our third bedroom in the house, and so it is a regular bedroom. I have a big double closet in here, and that's pretty much where things that I didn't need all the time are stashed. So there were project bags just loaded with previous projects, and I tried not to think about them, I guess, because they were in like the farthest end of the closet. And I just got down to it like yesterday, maybe the day before. And my husband was saying, "Oh, you've got to show those on your Flosstube." Oh, yeah. Well, it gives me something else to show and, not talking about the house. So let's enjoy, ladies. And this is going to make your day because you can now sit and look at your whips and go, I'm not that bad. There's somebody that's worse than I am. I'm not that bad. So you're welcome. Okay, this first one is Autumn at Hawk Run Hollow. Now, I do remember starting this. I don't think I wrote a few of these. I had a note as to when I started them. Not all of them. Just, but anyway. This is how far I got. Why I put this down. Look at this. What is the matter with me? Isn't that my time of year? What is the matter with me? Why didn't I finish this? And when I pulled out the chart, I thought, oh my God, I must have only one block. Oh, but then no, I don't. I think there's maybe, finishing the covered bridge. And I think there's maybe 5 more blocks. So it is still a bit longer, but I have an awful lot done. I mean, that's heavy stitching. I was so proud of myself when I opened this. I thought, you're not bad, Jude. Look at this. You got this all stitched. I'm thinking this is either 36 or 40 count. Of course, I didn't keep any type of note. There is a thread hanging, I think. Yes, there is a thread hanging, so it's just one thread, DMC, I believe. Yes, it is just one thread. So it's got to be a 36 or a 40 because it's really it's nice coverage. Very nice coverage. This is easier. This is better this way for the light. So that was number 1. Now you know how long this chart has been. I can't even imagine when I started this. And I think, if I am not mistaken, I started this when I worked at Country Sampler because Jeannie had done a lot of these with her floss conversion. She's very good at that, and she does that a lot with a lot of her pieces. I don't see a date or year on this one, but she had done a lot of that with changing these and countrying them up more than they had been. So that's I just flabbergasted. So proud of myself when I see stuff like this. And now that I have seen this and I see how much I have done, I want to pick these back up again. They're like brand new projects. And I am just so excited that I found these. I know that there has to be something. There are probably some downstairs in my quilt studio because this is not a real big room. So storage-wise, I really had stuff packed in here, which is why it took me so long to clean it out and sort through everything. But I know there's a few things I started. In fact, there's charts that I had in with this one bag that had so many started projects that I do remember starting, but the projects aren't in the bag, just the charts are. So this is going to be, we're going to find more. The next couple of videos should be really interesting, and just keep thanking me that that you're not this bad. The next one is by GGR. It's the Rose Wreath Sampler. This is another one that I know so many of you must have seen. There's a lot of ladies that have stitched this, that are working on this. It's an absolutely gorgeous piece. The unfortunate thing is with having all of these, I used to just strictly stitch on scroll frames. And so these are all on scroll bars, these ones that had been packed in this one particular bag. So it was, I tried to keep the charts in there, it seems, with, the project, but none of the floss is in here. So the ones that I can determine, I think, I can't tell. I am really going to have to look at this under magnification and see, because this particular one, it looks like it calls for overdyed cotton, so that must be what I'm using. I would not have converted. Oh, there's DMC on her too, though. So that's going to be the issue with me trying to find floss again and make sure that It is one strand. I do have, I should be able to tell by this strand that's in here. But look at this. This is another one. And, I'm getting down to the point where right underneath this grass, it starts all these beautiful motifs. So I'm like, it looks like I was just working down farther on the border so that I'd have something else to count off of. Because I'm just finishing up this one. Oh, I did start. I'm sorry, I take that back. I did start a motif in. So I must have, like the border partially down to where I could count, the next several motifs. But, oh my God. And this again, this has got to be on a 40. I would think this is 40. And it's over 1. The wording is over 1. You can see, unfortunately, it's been folded for so long. I hope that this, when I press this, that comes out. It's the letters that have pressed into the linen from being, rolled so tightly. It's rolled on the scroll bars, not just, on one of my project rolls. It's very tightly rolled. So, and it would have been on the scroll frame too, because once it's in there, I only move them, to move down on the piece. So, but another one, I've got a great start, and I love that piece. Every time somebody shows that they're working on this, I love that. And I kind of half remembered that I started that, but I really didn't think I had that much work done on it again. So, another one. Oh, okay. This one is a scarlet letter. And this one is called, picture is stuck right on top of the name, so bear with me here. This is The Wind Blows. And here's a picture of the piece. It's really glary. There we go. It's got the angel face. I love those angel faces down there. So that's the chart. And I don't have, nope, I didn't write on this one either. One of these I noticed there was a date on. And even this one I have a nice start on. What is the matter with me? Look at this. Look at this. I love it. I'm trying to roll this up a little bit on the bottom so I can hold it. There you go. That's it. Much better. And this cracks me up because I love the little doggy. But look at the size of the bug. It's bigger than the dog. I love it. This is one of those great pieces that, it's the outlining. And then, when you're sitting and you're kind of a little bit tired, your eyes are tired, you don't really feel like counting. You can just do the old fill-in. But I love this. I love their faces. And on this one, let's see. That's really a small picture. I wish this was larger. But I'm filling in. It looks like I've gotten down to like this part here where I'm filling in. That's bad. Filling in the grass. And then there's the verse in there that I can't possibly read without my magnifiers. And then I get down to the angels. But again, it's a whole new project. I am so excited about this. And I'm not even embarrassed of my stitching. I really, you know how sometimes when you look at something that's so many years old, I have been stitching, as I said, for over 50 years. And, sometimes you think, well, those things I did how many years ago, But I'm really proud of myself for the stitching on these. Although my eyesight is much worse now, so maybe it just looks good to me. I don't know, but I thought I was doing darn well. This next one, I do have a date on this one. And this, believe it or not, is not the oldest one. This was started on May 30th, 2002. And it's done on a 35 count fieldstone from Exemplars by the Heart. So it must have been their linen for this, because this is a really an odd sized piece. But anyhow, here you go. And this is another one I know you've all have seen. And they sinned. And what can you say about this piece? It is absolutely one of the best charts ever. I love this. I love this. And again, I'm trying to hold on one second. Hold please. I'm going to try to roll the bottom up because there's so much of that fabric. And I'd like you to see what I had accomplished here. Okay. Again, why didn't I continue with this? And this obviously was done in the over-dyed cottons. You can tell by the water her dress out. And I love this because it's so much easier for me to figure out, you know, the problem. Well, I guess I couldn't say it really shouldn't be a problem. It's not like it's a continuous, I think as long as I can match like the border color and it's a green, how, you know, that won't be too tricky. I'm thinking about dye lots having changed all this time. But most likely I still have the floss because, you know, all of these, when I pack them away, there's a little bit more of it. There's Adam and Eve. My husband said, oh, obviously Eve was a redhead. He loves redheads. But, and I was just carrying on with the border again. So I'm just hoping that I'll be able to come up with I still have a ways to go, in case you can't tell. This one I did have a lot done, but I did make a dent in it actually for the size of the piece. But what a worthwhile stitch, you know, to spend your time on. And I keep thinking, well, you know, I'm going to be in my nice new house with the cold months coming, and my gosh, these are going to go in my whip pile for sure. I am just so excited about these. I don't know if I'm just crazy or if normal people, you know, normal stitchers are the same way when they come across something. I don't know. Now this is by far, I think, the oldest one. There's ones that I can't find the chart for, so I don't have the actual you know, paperwork and I have a date on it. But anyway, I'm losing my train of thought here. This one I said, May was a good month for me to do starts. This was May 15th, 1998. And it was done some of you probably weren't even born in 1998. This was done in 36 count hand-dyed linen. That's all I have on here. And I'm surprised I even put that much on here because I normally was, you know, I wasn't in the practice. I didn't think of writing things down. But this is Kindness Band Sampler. I can take this out of this cover. Maybe that will. It's a very pastel-y sampler. It shows up much better, you know, on the linen when you see the actual piece. And it's by the Sampler Works. So that's the piece, or the chart. And this is the stitched piece. Now, let's see if I can figure out on here how far I got down. Okay, it looks like, oh, Innocence, Protect the Youth and Guide Thee. It looks like right here. You're going to love this. You're going to love this. Okay, right here, this line here, that's the wording. And then there's a row of, looks like eyelets or something maybe, underneath it. And that's where I am. So again, it's 3/4 done. I'll put my finger back. I've had that for so long and I keep forgetting to use it. I think it's because I feel it's kind of rude. Oh, yes, this has got a lot of specialty stitches in it. I'm more impressed with it now. Oh my gosh. Okay, girls, what do you think? Color-wise, you know, it might be a hair darker than it's showing the floss. It's washing. You can see that. It said that the lighting is so strange today. But there's, you know, there's a sawtooth, that's satin stitch. There's satin stitch in the alphabet. Isn't that neat? Look at the satin stitch in the alphabet and eyelets. Oh my God. I love it. Okay, the sawtooth. Then we have eyelet border there in the blue. There's satin stitch. Yes, in between, in that green border there, in between that middle row is satin stitch, and then there's the little fleur-de-lis that are back stitched. There, that's a good representation of the color floss. And this, that's, I thought I'm not even sure what you call that stitch. I love it. I just love it. And I have, the thing with this, I think the reason that I stopped this, if I remember correctly, and I see it now, that the fabric cut wasn't even, and I evened it off after I started stitching because it was like on an angle, and I couldn't deal with stitching with it like that. So I cut it off to straighten it, and I'm really close here. It probably isn't enough to frame it. I don't know. Maybe I don't even know if I could hem stitch that. Maybe you ladies can give me an idea. Even my rulers are packed. Goodness gracious. I can't even tell you. I would think that's maybe like an inch, just an inch and a half. I don't think it's even 2 inches on the right side. So obviously I wasn't thinking straightly, when I did that. And I think I was just getting nervous about being so very close that I thought, oh, I don't know, I won't be able to frame it. But my goodness, I have to finish it now. I just have to. It's lovely. It's absolutely lovely. So there's that one, the Kindness Band Sampler by the Sampler Works. I don't know if their company is even, or if she's still, whoever owned the business, if they're still creating, or anyway, it's hard to say. I can't remember seeing anything recent by them, but I'm sure there's probably some of their older charts out there. And this is the last one that I actually have the chart and the piece together with. And I can take this out too so you can see this picture a little bit better. And this is Ann Dale, 1827, Big and Beautiful. And that's by Shakespeare's Peddler. Again, I think just about anybody that loves samplers has seen this, seen a finish of it. It's absolutely beautiful. I believe there's also like a smaller version of it, if I'm not mistaken. This is the right one that I'm thinking of. I think that because it is so large, that there was a downsized version too. And this, I believe, is on 40 count because that's what had been it had been stitched on. The sampler had been stitched on. And this one, I'm not as impressed with myself because I must have been having trouble working on 40 count or something because this is all I have. And she is a very, very big girl. And this one, I have the floss. Let's see, what does she call for? This is done in NPS silk, so I would think that I must have these somewhere because I do have bundles of 5 bins of floss. And I know I have a couple of bins that are silks that are on rings that I just, put in these boxes. And I know I've seen them. I might have pulled some of them for a few pieces here and there. But I believe, and I'm looking at this one piece of ivory that's still in here that I was working with. And that's silk. So, 40 count, what did she call for? 40 count vintage pear Lakeside. So that's another thing. It's a piece of Lakeside linen. a 40 count. That's huge. I don't know if this is a fat half. I mean, I actually have this rolled in tissue paper on the bottom because it's such a big piece. It must be a fat half. It has to be. But it's gorgeous. And in my dotage, I have nothing else to do once this house thing is settled but stitch. And I so badly want to work on these. So badly want to work on these. So I'm hoping I can find the floss. At least with the needlepoint silk, I don't think that, that's not over dyed. So hopefully if I did have to repurchase them, that I wouldn't have any trouble with dye lot or anything. And I have such a little bit started that I can't imagine that those few colors that are in here, I mean, God wouldn't be that mean, would he? That I wouldn't be able to pick up on this and just keep working on it. I'm hoping I find that floss when I get to the new house, because that's gone too. That's been moved out, so I can't even look. But I love that. I've always loved that piece. It was something that when I decided to do it, I felt that I had reached the pinnacle of cross stitch, that I could find myself able to work on something like that. And I still love it to this day. So let me put that chart back in so I don't lose that. And I'm going to show you a couple more. Hold, please. Can't get my paper back in here. Oh, God. One of those days. I'll fix it later. Close enough. Okay. I need help with a few things, ladies. Please. This, I believe, is a scarlet letter. It certainly looks like a scarlet letter. It's done in all DMC. And I probably can sit and look through the Scarlet Letter catalog when I have a chance. But I don't have the chart for this that I found. So I don't know what it is. If you ladies, if anybody stitches, if you could please let me know what the name of it is and save me some digging. Because, if I can't find the chart, I would love to purchase it again and work on it. It's obviously beautiful. I love it. It's another one of those fill-in. Look at that cool reindeer. Of course, again, with a little bit of oversized bug. But, we're here in the Midwest. We have larger flies and things. So, but if anybody could tell me what that is, what chart that is, and I said I'm almost positive it's a scarlet letter, but I may be way off on that. Who knows? It looks like a scarlet letter to me. It even looks like the linen that they use. It was probably a kit, and I have no idea where the rest of it is. Again, where the floss, I don't even know what floss. It is DMC it's stitched with, so that's a good thing. But if you can tell me, if you know off it, I mean, don't go searching, don't go crazy, looking for it, because I can do that. But if you've stitched it, or if you know right off the bat what the name of that sampler is, and if it's a scarlet letter, if you can let me know in comments, I would truly appreciate it, and I need all the help I can get. Okay, let's see if there's anything else here worthwhile showing. This is another mystery. I have no idea what this is. It says Songs in the Air, Sleigh Bells, and Snowflakes. And it is a Judy type piece. It's got specialty stitches. And at one time I loved doing that. I don't mind doing the specialty stitches. In fact, it kind of breaks it up sometime and gives you something to look forward to. That's a satin stitch roof. That's what I was getting at. It's a couple of different colors of green, and the satin stitch alternates. Very cool looking. It looks like a thatched roof. But I have no idea whose chart this is, what chart this is. Anybody have a clue? It doesn't look familiar to me. I mean, it doesn't look like an obvious designer that I'd recognize. It's not, Plum Street or With Thy Needle and Thread. I just don't know. A little help. If anybody knows, ladies, I would so much appreciate it, so I could see if I could find the chart. I love it. I love what's done on it, but I don't know what it is. This is a Santa I started. And I think, let's see, I think it might be this one. Well, let me see. This was kind of, I looked at this and no, this isn't me. I can't imagine that this is me. But let me see here. I think this is it. And this was a kit, so this really wasn't me. Yep, this is it. Kitted by Imagining Incorporated. I had it folded the other way, ladies, so it's going to be a little difficult. But again, this was in my earlier days, because this is, if this is the piece, and I'm pretty sure this is the floss. It's done in DMC on that beautiful blue. I'll show you that in a second. Let me set that down, ladies. But it has all this blending filament. I hate blending filament and beads. So obviously, you know, this was something I enjoyed doing at the time. There's a start, a small start on it, but it would be a beautiful Santa. Let me get this folded up a little bit. I have a start. I can't say that I put a lot of time into it, but there is a start. This looks like a little bit bigger linen too. This is a 32 or a 28, I would think. Let's see. It looks like, I'm trying to see if it's one strand or two. 28 Amsterdam blue Cashel linen. Okay, so that answers that. All DMC. I'm trying to see if it tells you to use one or two strand. Oh, okay, here. Over 2 threads. Special instructions. Let's see. Oh, they're just telling you how to separate the colors. Funny, I don't see where it tells you. Backstitch blended. Oh, goodness, yeah, blended colors. Oh, this is, yeah. I'm surprised that this is something that I was attracted to. Oh, we have a date on this one, too. January 10th, January 10th, 1999. The other one still beats it, but I don't know, girls. I don't think that this is one that I would finish. If anybody thinks they could possibly be interested in this, I'd be glad to take it off the scroll bars and send you all the specialty threads and beads. I would have to keep the DMC. I'm sorry. I'm low on DMC and it's getting expensive. So, I'm not a bad stitcher. I don't stitch on 28, and it's got to be 2 threads. It's got to be. Yeah, it's two threads over 2. If anybody's interested, I'd be happy to send it to you. Drop a note in the comments, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful linen. It just isn't me anymore. I don't enjoy the beading, you know, that because it's also tiny for me. With my eye issues, it just isn't anything that I enjoy doing anymore. I don't like using 2 strands of floss. So that one, I don't think I would finish. And what did I say the name of that was? Oh, it just says Santa Kit. I don't think he has a name. That's a shame. We'll call him Star Santa. It is very, very pretty. So, let me know, ladies. Drop a note in comments. And I'd be glad to send you one of my whips. Ah, yes. It's going to get moved to the new house, so it will be there. Then I have this that I know I started. This is the exact opposite. I have the chart, but I can't find. And as I said, there's a box downstairs of things that I've started. which is a good possibility. And I remember this one because this is a Heart's Content. Hi, hun. Heart's Content. And,
hi, ladies.
Oh, my boy. It's a Heart's Content, and it's anything that Maureen Appleton, and anything she does over one thread. Everything is over one thread. So this little border on here, it's all little Christmas wreaths. And I remember stitching those, and then filling in around them, because I was having a good time doing that. I can't remember if I did the deer. I know I've got some done on this, but I don't have a date on it either. The chart is from 1987. Oh my goodness. No, this might be even before Rob's time. This is probably when I was married to my first husband, my late husband. But you can see her charts are even, and I know that this is going to do you any good, but they're almost like hand drawn. Those are the little wreaths, the colors in the little wreaths that are all over one. And I did love it. I love the piece, but I don't know. Oh, and then I do have another matching. I have another matchy. I doubt that I would finish this one either. So this might be another one if any of you ladies are interested. Let me show you the chart first. And I don't have any of the floss from this one. It is charted for DMC, it looks like. This is very confusing me, but it's Mill Hill Beads, Rainbow Gallery Braids, Krennic. It's a lavender and lace, so you can take it from there. And so I'll show you the picture. It is Santa. There's a lot of metallic. Santa in his easy chair. Let me get the glare off of that. Okay, that's the chart. And let me show you what I had started. And this probably is on 28 also. Yeah, there's floss hanging off of here, and it's 2 threads. So this is also 28 count. And I would think it would be easy enough to continue on. That color's washing out. It's really brilliant red and greens. It's so pretty, and that metallic. There's 2 different color golds in the Krennic metallic. And that it's washing out the color. Let's see. That might be a little bit better there, where you can see the actual color. But just a small start on this, and again, it's lost its appeal to me. I don't like working with metallics anymore. It's a beautiful little piece. Oh, and this got another date. And we have another winner. This was done on Glasgow linen, which was probably my favorite linen. They don't make it anymore, but it was 28 count. So, and it's raw linen. It was started on April 6th, 2004. And the chart's here in the piece, and I would take it off the scroll rods if anybody is interested. Let me know. I'll take it off the rods. Again, I can't offer you any floss. I don't have even metallics to look through, because when I was cleaning out my stitching closet here, I gave the whole box of metallics and beads, Mill Hill beads, to my friend Val, because she does lavender and lace. She's working on a angel right now. So I gave them all to her, and I told her if I need them, I'll borrow them back. But so I can't even offer you that, but I can give you the chart and the started piece if anybody's interested in stitching it. Let me know. And let's see if I have anything else I missed here. This is the one that I started and I can't find. It's on a dark gray linen. I remember this so accurately, but I can't find it. And I think I remember his beard, so I had a lot done on him. Anyway, can't find him. He's gone. And then I have some pages I ripped out of a book I must have been working on, a Santa. Don't have him. And then I have to find this one. So there has to be more, ladies. And we can look at it that way, that, you know, one of these days I'm going to come across this stuff and we're going to have another one of these whips. Now we'll have to see. You know, I would like to put all of these in a special, maybe like a special project book, you know, where I keep all of my, I have a few things still here that I haven't. I use these. I love these. Cross-stitch journals. That's what I was trying to think of it. These are from, I know you're yelling at me, aren't you, trying to tell me? It's so Emma. Why can't I think of that? Oh, girls. It's setting in. Fat Quarter Shop. I just needed a minute. Fat Quarter Shop. So, you know, a separate one of these. And I think I have something similar. I don't want to put them in here because these are all my currents. And I really do, you know, keep these now up to date. And I have my book of days, but that's, that'd be a little difficult to actually make a list in. I'd like one of those, and I do think that putting things away, that I did have another one, maybe a little smaller. Oh, I know, it's one of those project books that I showed that I purchased that somebody had made for me, one of my little files. And put these all in that particular whip book with any of the information that I have on these, the few that I have start dates on. And note anytime I work on them now, and if I can get any of them finished. I think I would really enjoy doing that. Yep. That's what I'm going to do when I get to the new house. I'm going to keep them all separate. They are all out. I had them all kept in one stitching bag so that I could show them to you. But I think I will keep them separated because there's so many of those that I'd like to pick up again and work on. And the couple that I don't know what they are, if any of you can help me out with it, I would truly appreciate it. I'm looking around to see if there's anything else that, hold please. I do have, I know what I can show you, ladies. And it actually should be back to packing. But tomorrow's my birthday. So I'm taking the tape off today too. Hold please. Let me just look through here real quick. I have my bag from Country Sampler. I also found a book of days from 2011 that I never put anything in. So, you know, that just goes to show you kind of where my mind was at back in those days. Not that Judy has gotten any better, but I am keeping up. I shall show you. I've never done this, but I know some ladies show you their book of days when they're on their Flosstube. So this is my June book of days. And here's my stitching bunny and all my little things for my birthday tomorrow. And you notice all my coffee cups and ice cream in there. That's my June book of days. Okay, so let me put these down and I'll show you the few things I happened to pick up at Country Sampler while I was fangirling last weekend. Now, this is one little thing I came across. I had asked the ladies when I was checking out at Country Sampler if they had any additional kits or if the designers had brought any additional kits. Because if they do, you know, usually the store will sell them. And the lady told me, well, she said, you know, we do that sometimes. She said, but there were issues with, I don't know if the designers weren't happy about that not even the designers, because they would not have left extra kits there if it was their issue. But I think the issue was that these kits are, when they're at retreats like that, they're usually exclusive kits and they're not available to the general public until a year later. And I understand that. That's the reason you're paying for those retreats. You're paying for the designers. You're paying for this exclusive. These are most likely your favorite designers, and it's nice to have something exclusive for a year. So I understand that. And, it causes issues with ladies. If, somebody gets the one extra kit that was left and, 4 people have asked for it, you don't want to go there. Anyway, I did happen to find this after I talked to her and I was shopping around. I did happen to find this in one of the bins. And, but I know usually Blackbird has been, very nice about selling their kits. So this might have not been what she meant, but I did get this regardless. This is with Wing Unspent, and it's by Blackbird Designs. This particular one is 36 count linen, and it was the kit. Isn't that, oh God, the red house, oh, my berry basket and the birds, oh God, love this, very doable size. Of course, the country sampler, beautiful kitty. I was so pleased to find this. I would have preferred 40 count linen. I don't care. I'll do it at 36. I'll do it when it came on. Then I picked these two up, and I picked these two up because I had just seen them on probably Instagram, Facebook, whatever. This is a newer designer, and her name is Jennifer Richardson. It's Violets and Verses is her business name. She has a website, it's one word, violetsverses.com. And she's on Instagram as Violets Verses, there's an S, yes, 21, it looks like. There's the information for her. You'll want to check out her charts that she has out. She has a number of them out. In fact, I believe that there was a red sampler too. I don't know if it was might have been a Bristol. I don't know. Anyway, the ladies were talking about her and her beautiful charts. So I purchased both of these, and the samples were there. And oh my God, this one in particular caught my eye. This is Marianne Houghton, I believe, 1865. Look at this, ladies. Look at those houses and the garden. Adam and Eve in there with some animals. Beautiful border. The colors on this are absolutely beautiful. And it has a DMC conversion, and it's also a silk conversion. That's gumnut silk. Star, I guess. There's the floss conversion. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful chart, and beautiful color picture inside. This one, the only thing with this one, to me, it's a color chart and it's done beautifully, but that particular piece, this piece, all one piece, is done over 2 pages, and it's quite tiny. It's quite a tiny chart, and I have glaucoma. I don't know if I've mentioned that before, but it is changing my eyesight all the time. And but the one thing I have trouble with is the small, making out the things that are tiny, where they don't just look like blurs. And that's kind of what this is. The symbols are so tiny, and even though they're in the color, they're very hard to distinguish some of them. So I do have a page magnifier, and I'm hoping that works. Other than that, I haven't checked, but the only other thing I think maybe I will write to her and ask her if she has PDFs for these. And I would be glad to purchase a PDF so that I can use my tablet and blow it up. I've had to do that with a couple of the hats ones, and it's so much easier for me to see in particular. No amount of magnifying, sometimes, works. It just, kind of blurs everything, makes it bigger, but it's still blurry. So, beautiful, beautiful chart though. And now this one, her other one, Jane Johnston, that I bought, 1842. And it's this one. And this one is totally different. This one is several pages, and it seems to me that the charting. Now, see, it's hard to say. When I looked at it at first, it looked like the charting was bigger, but maybe it is because the sampler itself is larger, so it is spread out onto more pages. But and this is my particular problem, that you probably won't have any issue with it, but me with my vision issues that are unique to me, I kind of have to, and I never opened it to even look, because I think I would have checked for a PDF right off the bat when I saw it. Anyway, okay, and there's one other thing. I bought a country sampler. This happened to be out in the classroom in the back, and said she had these where the samples were and all. So I saw this, and this was just beautifully done. I was trying to see. This is done. I think this is charted for needlepoint silk too, but it's not a lot of colors, and it does have a DMC conversion. Yeah, it's needlepoint silk. I have 40 count needle and flax, Thornfield, and if by any chance the lady that was checking out at Country Sampler when I was, and she had set this down, and then she remembered and she picked it up off the counter, and she had several other pieces of linen and all, and charts, and she was saying, asking her lady friends that were with her if they wanted it, and they're all, no, and I said, well, if nobody wants it, I'll take it, and it, because it was the perfect one for this piece. And I had already bought the chart, and then I was back in the store, and she said, oh, take it. I said, well, no, I don't want to take it from you. If it's something you want, I'll find something else. It's just that I'm thinking of it. I just bought the chart, and it, would be a perfect match for what I want to use. And she said, oh no, just take it. She says, you're saving me money. So she very kindly let me purchase this, and I thank her for that. And if you're watching, thank you again. That was so nice of you. I normally don't take stuff from people that, are wanting to buy it, but that was very, very kind of you. So here's my chart. This is Mary Bates, 1796. This is the original, so it's done on, I don't know if it's darker linen or if it's dirtier, just aged to a different color linen. But when it was the sample that was stitched on, something like this with the model, with the modeling. My colors are off today, ladies. But again, Thornfield by Needle and Flax. I think you're pretty familiar. That's what I was stitching my other piece on, and I love it. I love it. Thank you very much. And thank you, who's my Needle and Flax lady? That's not Nicole, is it? Anyway, the lady that owns Needle and Flax, thank you so much for your beautiful linens. I love them. I love working on them. Your colors are gorgeous. And I love your Flosstubes too. I just am having brain cramps right now, so I don't remember. So that was some country sampler. I forgot about those, and we just added a little something else in. I think that's it for me, ladies. I've bent your ear long enough. I know you're tired of the whole fact that I'm moving and you had to hear about it. It's not that, none of you have ever been through this before, but it's been 20 years for us, and the last move was up from Chicago, and it was the move from hell. We had, our house was all packed, the moving van was packed, the power was ready to be turned off, and the last things were going on to the moving truck, and our realtor comes screeching up the front of our house, jumps out of her car, and she's yelling, no, wait, don't go. So the guys get out of the moving van, and she tells us that our deal fell through. We had to put the house back on the market and start from square one. So we were in an empty house. My neighbors lent us a small little portable TV, black and white TV. We got the power from being turned off, so we had power. It was in April, so it wasn't too bad. However, it was a cold April. Maybe it was still March. Anyway, we moved up here at the beginning or mid-April, and we had a TV tray and an air mattress, and that was it in our house. And we had to put the whole truck in storage. It had all of our furniture, all of our belongings for several weeks. The house finally sold. We were able to move. We got the truck out of storage, and the day they were available to move it up here to Wisconsin, it was snowing sideways. We had a blizzard. So these poor men backed the truck up onto our driveway as far back into the garage as they could, and they were trying to load all this furniture off of this truck into our house in this blizzard. And the snow was just... So, needless to say, we hope this one was a little easier. It could not be that bad again. We're looking forward to it. I had a good cry last night because I'm going to miss this house. This was where Rob and I spent the last 20 years. We're married almost 29 years, so the other 9 years were spent in the house that I spent with my late husband. So Rob had just moved in there, and there were still, all the things that my late husband, still all over the house. And he lived with that for 9 years. And then this was our house when we came here. So leaving this one is going to be bittersweet, just like leaving Chicago. But it's a new adventure. It's a new part of our lives. It's, hopefully it'll be the last chapter in our lives, and we'll spend it together. And we're looking forward to taking our doggies there. We hope our doggies get used to it easily. And that everything, nobody gets hurt in this move. I'm nervous about, Robbie working so hard with these heavy things. His record collection, my cross-stitch charts, my quilts, all the things, all the fabric in our basement we have to move. I just don't want anybody to get hurt. I want us to be happy and healthy when we get there. And we can sit and take our time and unpack and make our new house the way we want it to be. So, before I get mushy with that, let's say goodbye for this week. Hopefully, I can touch base with you in 2 weeks, and if I have a chance that we can before the move, I'll stop in to say hi and let you know how things are going. If I can't squeeze that in a few days after the move, it'll be a little over 2 weeks, but hopefully I'll have enough around me to be able to do a Flosstube, and we'll get back in touch then and talk and visit again. Happy stitching, ladies. Thank you for joining me. I want you to know that I hit my 4,000 subscribers thanks to you. I'm thrilled to death. And if you're first time watching today, if you enjoyed it, I know it was a little harebrained and a little scattered. Usually I'm a little more organized than this. Not much, but usually I try to be a little more organized than this and not so rambling. But if you enjoyed it and you want to, subscribe, I would love it. Ring the bell, put the little bell, so you're notified when I do a new Flosstube, because I'd love to have you back. If you have any suggestions, comments, if you know anything about my pieces that I asked about, if you're interested in the two that I'd like to move on to another stitcher and let them enjoy and finish up, please comment. I love reading your comments. I've been very lax in answering them, but believe me, I read them when I have quiet time. I'm hoping to catch up with a lot of those and go back and comment and re-comment to you ladies, because I want to talk to many of you so badly. I just don't have the free time right now. So please understand. But anyway, in the meantime, have a good 2 weeks. Enjoy the summer. We are now officially summer, so enjoy that. It's been a little hot here, but it's always hot on my birthday. I'm expecting 90 to hit 90 tomorrow, because it's a record for me. Every birthday I can remember in my adult life, it's been 90 or better. So we'll see what happens with that. Happy birthday to my mom tomorrow. I can get this out in the air. Hopefully it will reach her. Happy birthday, Mom. Happy 100. Wish we could spend it together, but we will, in a sense. So that's it for me this week. Love you ladies so much. Thank you so much for joining me, and hope to see you back again. And in the meantime, stitch every day, and I love you ladies. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.